Tonight I'm going to do a second version of my movie review on Dawn of the Dead. My first movie review on it, my voice is way too low, and that was a problem. I'm not going to get rid of that video. I still think that my narrative was pretty good, but it really wasn't audible enough for people to hear, so this will be somewhat of a replacement. I want to give a synopsis, a summary of what I feel about the movie Dawn of the Dead. As I've said in my previous videos, my favorite movie is Night of the Living Dead, so it wouldn't surprise anybody to hear that my second favorite movie is Dawn of the Dead. Do I like it because of the chronology? No, it's just the storylines probably. But to get into the nook and cranny of it all, the reason I love Dawn of the Dead is that Dawn of the Dead, in a sense, is the apex of the zombie apocalypse. This is where society has lost control, and there's really not much anybody can do. So a group of survival-minded individuals band together and they decide to just leave it all behind and go on their own. That's what makes this movie, to me, its own magical event, is that they face this society as it is, reality as it is, and they're like, you know what, we can't save the world, so we might as well just save ourselves. And that's exactly what they attempt to do. I don't want to give a lot of spoilers away in this movie, but once again, as I said in my previous video, the character development in this movie was excellent. You got to know the characters. You got to like the characters. They were not just victims of being killed by zombies or other monsters. These were real characters, people we could relate to, all of us. They all have their own personalities, their own ways of doing things, and the character development, the storyline, the plot line, the whole thing is what makes Dawn of the Dead an amazing movie and an amazing horror movie. It's not your run-of-the-mill horror movie where people are just getting killed off and monsters are just going around creating mayhem. There's a story behind it, and if you're interested in this genre, you'll probably spark a deeper interest because you'll think, I want to know more about these characters. What were they like before the zombie apocalypse? What were they like after it? What were they like after the end of the movie? You're going to wonder all these things. It's because the richness of the dialogue, the development of the characters, the actors that portrayed them really brought a type of cinematic magic to this movie that we now know as Dawn of the Dead in 1978. I love it because, to me, it is kind of what I would see a chronological follow-up from Night of the Living Dead. This is what I think would happen after Night of the Living Dead. And, somebody could say, well, it's really not a sequel. I don't even care to get in those type of arguments. I'll say, make it what it is for you. The most important thing is to try to enjoy this movie because the action is good, the actors are good. There's a lot of subplots. There's a lot of food for thought if you look deeper into things. And, the action, the gore, and the blood is, not all that, professional by today's standards. But overall, this is one action-packed, amazing movie. Don't miss it.